Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to study Evs-I. Lesson number 2 we will continue in this video, that is motion of the earth. So let us proceed further, that is phases of the moon. You can see the image in front of you all. These both are the images of phases of the moon. And there are different names also here. New moon, waxing moon. This is first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent. Like this way names are given in front of you all also. Now you all know that the full moon and the new moon. This is the full moon and this is the new moon. You all know this. The moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. And however, these two orbits intersect. Hence the sun, the moon and the earth are not always along a straight line. This we all know very well. We see half of the moon's surface which faces the earth, that is from the earth we see only one side of the moon. And we all know that the moon has no light of its own. We can see the moon because of the sun's light that falls on it. On a full moon night, we see the entire side of the moon that faces the earth. On a new moon night, we cannot see any of it. From the full moon to the new moon, the illuminated part of the moon seen from the earth becomes smaller and smaller. And from new moon to full moon, it again grows bigger and bigger. These different shapes of the moon that we see are called the phases of the moon. What are the phases of the moon? Different shape of the moon that we see are called the phases of the moon. Now, by proceeding further, the lunar month and days. Now you may be thinking that what is lunar month? It is also called as Tithi. The period from one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days. It is called the lunar month. The period from one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days. It is called the lunar month. And every day of the lunar month is called a Tithi. You all have to keep this in mind, that what is lunar month and what is called Tithi. You know na, that it takes 14 or 15 days from new moon to full moon. This is the fourth night of the waxing moon. What it is? It is the fourth night of the waxing moon. And after the full moon, the moon appears smaller and smaller. And after 14 to 15 days, it is new moon again. This period is the fourth night of the waning moon. Thus, the period from one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days, and it is called the lunar month. And every day of the lunar month is called a tithi. Good. Now, you should always remember this. The rotation of the earth gives rise to day and night. We have studied and we are knowing this, that rotation of the earth gives rise to day and night. The revolution of the earth and the inclination of its axis give rise to the cycle of season. And students, you should remember this, that the new moon takes 15 days. After that it is the full moon, that is the waxing moon. It is called as Shukla Paksha. And the full moon takes 15 days to form the new moon. It is called the waning moon, that is Krishna Paksha. And the fourth night of the waxing moon plus the fourth night of the waning moon is called a lunar month. This you should keep in mind. And we all know that what we have learned in this chapter. It is, firstly, we have learned about the rotation of the earth causes day and night. Secondly, we learned that the revolution of the earth around the sun and its inclined axis together cause the season. Third, the revolution of the moon around the earth give rise to the phases of the moon. Fourth, the period from one new moon to the next is called a lunar month, and it has about 28 to 30 days. After that, we studied about the fortnight ending on a full moon is that of the waxing moon. The fortnight that ends on the new moon is that of the waning moon. You should remember this both. And the days of the lunar month are called tithi. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Here we are completing this chapter. In the next video, we will start writing question answers on lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 of Evs-I. And your homework for this is question first, fill in the blanks. The motion of the earth around itself is called dash. The motion of the earth around the sun is called dash. And the rotation of the earth gives rise to dash. Here I want you all to find out the answers. In the next video, I will give fill in the blanks all the question answers. Take care. Allah Hafiz.